Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. God's morning, everybody. It's coffee time. Coffee time, coffee time. Pray everybody feeling blessed this morning, man. To those who are this is their first time joining, man, we welcome you all. Coffee time is a part of the day. And we enjoy a good cup of joe and a great word of exhortation. This morning, we're going to be coming out of the book of Psalms 106. Psalms 106. And what we're going to be talking about this morning is how soon we forget. How soon we forget, man. I remember, reading through the Exodus, you know what I mean? And just reading concerning, the deliverance that God brought to Israel. And man, as I read, man, as I read and I seen all the great things, the Lord was doing, it was just amazing to me. Like how these people kept, going to the left, man. I'm like, man, boy, y'all crazy, man. These people, what? They did what? It was like, wow, man. It was mind-blowing, man. But it was, at that time, I was a babe in Christ, man. And I really didn't even know that, these men and women, they were ordinary people just like us, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I knew that, man, but, it really came to light, man, when I began to see, like, how we is, man, as children of God, man. From one thing to the next, man, Man, God to do a great thing, man, and, man, we'll go through a little trial period or whatever, man, and, as when we get off in the trial, man, it's like we forget the great work that God had shown in our life, Like we count God out, We think that the trial is to destroy us, And we sort of turn from God, man, and try to save our own selves, man. We forget God, man, so quickly, man. In the midst of our trials, man, midst of trials, man, people they put down the Bible, man, and resort to their own understanding. You know what I'm saying? Forget to pray about a situation or It's like, man, we forget total protocol, man, like midst of trial, man. So right here we're gonna start at Psalms 106. It's a pretty long chapter, so I ain't gonna talk too much. We in verse 1. So that's Psalms 106, verse 1. How soon we forget. The word reads, praise ye the Lord. O give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. Who can utter the mighty acts of the Lord? Who can show forth all his praise? Blessed are they that keep judgment, and he that doeth righteousness at all times. Remember me, O Lord, with the favor that thou bearest unto thy people. O visit me with thy salvation, that I may see the good of thy chosen, that I may rejoice in the gladness of thy nation, that I may glory with thy inheritance. We have sinned with our fathers. We have committed iniquity. We have done wickedly. Our fathers understood not thy wonders in Egypt. They remembered not the multitude of thy mercies, but provoked him at the sea, even at the Red Sea. Nevertheless, he saved them for his name's sake, that he might make his mighty power to be known. He rebuked the Red Sea also, and it was dried up. So he led them through the depths as through the wilderness. And he saved them from the hand of him that hated them, and redeemed them from the enemy. From the hand of the enemy. And the waters covered their enemies. There was not one of them left. Then believed they his words. They sang his praise. They soon forget his works. They waited not for his counsel. Now let's backtrack, because it's been a mouthful said right here, man. You know, first and foremost, let's go back up to verse 7. He says that our fathers understood not thy wonders in Egypt. They remembered not the multitude of thy mercies. Right? But provoked him at the sea, even at the Red Sea. They said they provoked the Lord. How did the people provoke the Lord at the Red Sea? This is what we got to understand, right? Because God had shown all these great works in Egypt, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, man, the children of Israel, man, for first and foremost, the word that was given to them, you know what I'm saying? It was a prophecy that was passed down. God spoke to Abraham, and he told Abraham that his children were going to be in bondage for 400 years to a nation that they knew not, right? He told Abraham this before he even had Isaac or Ishmael. He came and told Abraham that his children were going to be in bondage for 400 years to a nation, and he was going to bring them out with, you know what I'm saying, riches and substance, and take them into a land that flowed with milk and honey. So when God sent Moses back to Egypt, God told Moses that he was going to make him a god unto Pharaoh. God began to plague Egypt, turned the water to blood. Man, there was the lice, there was the frogs, there was the hail mingled with fire that rained down from heaven. Man, there was the darkness that he covered the land with, man. There were the death of their firstborns. It was so much power that God was showing in the plaguing of Pharaoh's kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And why he plagued the kingdom of Egypt. The children of Israel in Goshen, where they were staying, man, none of the plagues was over there. They was over there chilling. You know what I mean? God was showing forth his power, you know what I'm saying, to his children then. And Moses was telling them that, you know what I'm saying, the Lord is going to bring them out. You know what I'm saying? They knew the prophecies, man, and they were seeing the power of God. They were seeing how God was fighting for them to get them up out of there, right? So now that they were out of Egypt, God gave commandment to Moses and told him that he was going to get, he said he was going to get honor upon Pharaoh. He told him to go encamp by the Red Sea. So the Lord he's shepherding them now the whole time. It's a pillar of fire that's going before them at night, and there's a pillar of cloud going before them in the daytime. You know what I'm saying? Leading the flock. God told them to encamp by the Red Sea. He told them to encamp by the Red Sea. Now they've been delivered out of Egypt. These people are delivered. They're free from Egypt. They're outside of the gates. They're going off. They're free, right? We're rejoicing in the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? It's singing, it's rejoicing in these things here, man. But then we see the enemy stick his head up. You know, the enemy show up, and Pharaoh got all of his platoon and his soldiers with him, and he's coming riding hard after these people. So how did they provoke the Lord at the sea? They provoked the Lord with their unbelief. You know what I'm saying? Time they seen the enemy, time they seen the trial, you know what I'm saying? They instantly counted themselves out. Oh, Moses, you brought us out here to die. Let's take a look at this, man, because we need to understand these things, you know what I'm saying? That we don't follow in the same footsteps of these people, man. Provoking the Lord, you know what I'm saying? After the Lord is, you know what I mean, show forth that he is definitely for us. As he has delivered us from the bondage of sin. Excuse me. All right, so I'm gonna look at Exodus, and I think we're gonna break this down into the two. So I'll probably be right here in 106 tomorrow, since we digging like this. The Lord leading me. So let's see, we in Exodus 14. Exodus 14. Verse 8. Well, let's look at verse 5. It says, and it was told to the king of Egypt that the people fled. But let's go up a little more, man. We got to understand what's going on. 14:1. It says, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, that they turn and encamp before Pahahareth, between Migdol and the sea over against Baal Zephon, before shall ye encamp by the sea. For Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, they are entangled in the land. The wilderness has shut them in. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, that he shall follow after them. And I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, that the Egyptians may know that I am the Lord. And they did so. And it was told the king of Egypt that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and his servants was turned against the people. And they said, why have we done this, that we have let Israel go from serving us? And he made ready his chariot and took his people with him. And he took 600 chosen chariots and all the chariots of Egypt and captains over every one of them. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he pursued after the children of Israel. And the children of Israel went out with a high hand. But the Egyptians pursued after them, all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them, encamping by the sea, beside Pahahareth, before Baal Zephon. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were sore afraid. And the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord. And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? And you see the unbelief, man. This is the provoking that Psalms 106 is speaking about, man. They provoked the Lord right here. After all that they have seen in Egypt, man, he said that they did not receive an increase in understanding pertaining to these things, man. That they would say that, man, that would be quite evil of the Lord to deliver these people and have them brought these people out to the wilderness just so they can die. To think that they was going into the promise, you know what I'm saying, that God had for them, man, just to destroy these people right out here in the wilderness like that, man. That would have been quite evil of God, you know what I'm saying? To even play with their emotions like that, man. These people out, man, they done seen the power of God, man. God done got them outside of Egypt. He done got them outside of Egypt, man. And now, because they see the threat coming, these people have sided with the threat. They done already counted God out, man. We dead. Ain't nothing God can do to save us. Their whole discernment of the situation is what provoked the Lord. This is what he's talking about. But he said the Lord still delivered them, right? So he says, is this not the word? Listen to everything going on in their hearts, man. Because these people were so bold to speak these things. You know what I'm saying? And this what the word is saying about this provoking, man. How soon we forget, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, he said, man, is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. And the Lord said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel, that they go forward. But lift thou up thy rod, and stretch out thy hand over the sea, and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. And behold, I will harden the heart of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them. And I will get me honor upon Pharaoh, and upon all his hosts, and upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. Now I want y'all to understand, man, God is in total control of this situation, because God is the one that his heart and Pharaoh's heart to even think that he can go after these people, man. Man, it's God that is controlling. God said, man, I made good and evil for my purpose. You know what I'm saying? So understand that Pharaoh was the enemy of Israel. You understand what I'm saying? Even as Satan is the enemy of God's people. You understand me? Satan is not just God has control of how much or what Satan can do. Satan had to ask permission, had to get permission from God to come against Job. Now y'all remember that. You understand? Because every time he tried to come against Job, when God presented Job, when God asked Satan concerning Job, he said, man, does he serve you for nothing? He said, man, you done put a hedge about Job that I can't even get to Job. I can't touch him. I can't reach him. He had to get permission from the Lord. So understand these things. You know what I'm saying? When we going through trials and when we feeling like the enemy is coming against us, man, understand, man, that the enemy can't do no more than God allow him, man. We must remember whose we are. You understand what I'm saying? We must remember, you know what I'm saying, the former victories that God has given us. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise we'll wind up in our mind and in our understanding thinking that the Lord brought us out here to slay us. You know what I'm saying? We'll think that the Lord is out to destroy us, man. And that's a lie from the enemy. So what they saw with their eyes, it said they looked up and they saw this thing with their eyes, and your eyes tell you so much, man. Because your eyes are fleshly. Your eyes are in tune with your own understanding. This is why we have to be renewed We have to be renewed in our minds. We have to be renewed in our hearts. You know what I'm saying? We have to grow in the understanding of Christ. We have to learn the Lord, you know what I'm saying, and know that the Lord, how he operate, man. It's seed time harvest. God is harvesting faith. You understand what I'm saying? God is harvesting faith. So the only way to build faith is to put us in situations where our understanding is challenged. When your understanding becomes so challenged that it just like you can't come up with the answers, you don't know how, guess what? That's that fiery trial. That's that fire that God is putting to your understanding, because your understanding has to burn off of your faith in order to make your faith faith. In order to purify faith, man, your understanding has to be challenged beyond what you understand. These people understand that it was challenged right now, man. But see, if they had put line upon line, precept upon precept, they would have, man, hold up, man. This is the fight of faith. Man, God can't, he ain't brought us out here to die. You know what I'm saying? Man, let us find peace right quick. You know what I'm saying? And where we at? Moses, God got Moses right here with us, man. Moses ain't, man, God ain't, come on, man. But see, that's the understanding of the world to bring up against God real quick. Cause we don't understand how he moving. We don't understand what he finna do. But the Lord told him from the jump what he was finna do. He told Moses what he was finna do from the jump. Going back to Psalms 106, it says, Psalms 106. As I said, man, I knew it was a long chapter when I started it, man. The Spirit sort of led me to say, boy, this is a long chapter, man. I might have to break this thing up. Because I know I'm going to want to, you know, he's going to lead me to dive into what's being said. So, back to Psalms 106, man. He says, verse 8, nevertheless, said, even though verse 7 said, but they provoked him at the sea, even at the Red Sea. He says, nevertheless, he saved them. He saved them still. Not for our name's sake. It say for his name's sake. He saved them for his name's sake, because of the promise and that he made to Abraham, you know what I'm saying, concerning his children, because his name has been great before we even came into the picture, man. You know what I'm saying? His name been great before angels, and man, he got the community, the host of heaven. You know what I'm saying? These people know who the Lord is. You understand what I'm saying? His name been great. It's been great across the generation. So he said, man, for his name's sake, he saved them, that he might make his power to be known in the earth now. You know what I'm saying? This was the revelation. This was the unveiling of God right now. You know what I'm saying? This is who I am. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been in Egypt 400 years, you know what I'm saying? And y'all been given to all this falsehood and all these fake gods and all these things here, man. God came and challenged every last one of them gods that they was believing in. If you line up the plagues that God brought on Egypt, man, these people were worshiping the sun. God darkened the sun out for a whole day, man. It was pitch black in Egypt. You couldn't see nothing. That showed them, man, the sun, man, what sun you talking about is against God. This is how God made Moses a God unto Pharaoh, because everything that God told Moses to go tell Pharaoh was going to happen, it happened. Just like that. Next day, it happened. Pharaoh had to call Moses. All right. Look, take the people, go. And Pharaoh changed his mind again. You know what I mean? But he said it was for his name's sake. So he says that he might make his power to be known. He rebuked the Red Sea also, and it was dried up, so that he led them through the depths as through the wilderness. And he saved them from the hand of him that hated them, and redeemed them from the hand of the enemy. And the waters covered their enemies. There was not one of them left. They believed. It says they believed. Then believed they his words. They believed then, right? It said, you know, they saw this great victory. Okay, they believe again. They believe again. They singing praises. They rejoicing. Right? But it says they soon forgot his works again. They soon forgot. And we're going to pick up on this tomorrow, man, because it says they soon forgot. So, you know what I'm saying? We're going to pick up on this tomorrow, and we're going to finish out the rest of the chapter, or however the Lord lead, man, because I really want to, you know, dig into this, man, because the word is living. This is living, man. This is generations of people and their experience and their trials and their tribulations, you know what I'm saying, following Christ, you know what I'm saying? And what it amounts out to be is that, man, we be just like these people, fighting these same battles, you know what I'm saying? Challenging God, you know what I'm saying? From one trial to the next. I'm like, dang, man, the Lord just did this for you, man. You know what I'm saying? From one bill to the next, boy, we stressing, boy. Oh, how I'm going to get this done? How I'm going to get that done? Oh, man, we got this going on, that going on. We forget all about God in our equations, man. When we're looking at these problems, because our understanding, we have to X out our understanding to receive the answer. Man, you know what? He did it before. He'll do it again, man. Man, I love y'all, man. Y'all go out. Y'all have a blessed day, man. God bless y'all. Keep me in prayer.